Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What are we doing this morning? It is Mediumship morning with Ellie Coyle. Fry. I'm laughing because we have been going through this timeline. Oh my gosh, conjugation of what timeline we are in. And who doesn't have that problem, right? It's a problem I have. And we were struggling with it yesterday because we have her daylight savings time, our daylight savings time. It is a cluster, okay? A cluster. So I do everything in Central Time Zone. I do all my stuff in Central so that I keep it all in one time zone. I'm not worried about everybody wondering where I'm at, right? Good morning, Linda Nichols. Good morning, Isis, Katrina, Michelle, Dennis. So I'm sitting here at my computer going, I'm going to be online until 10 o'clock. This is like a vacation. Ellie's like, where are you at? Jeez. I had nary a stitch of makeup on about 30 seconds before I got online going, So Ellie Coyle will be joining us here shortly. We did make a decision on what this month's giveaway is, or next month for, good morning, Tammy, Millie, good morning. What next month's giveaway for July is going to be, and it is going to be a pair of Toothless and Furies. So we are undecided as to what Furies material is because there's been some contention about that. But we have Fury, who is adorable, and then we have Toothless, who's like the star of the show, right? So this is the July giveaway. But this month's giveaway, of course, is the Shiva. The Shiva will not be traveling to Texas with us, so we will probably record that in advance of the name poll. I'm not quite sure. Your sister Lacey will be in the joint shortly. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sonia. Haven't seen you in a while. You look like you've been out soaking in the sun, having a great time. So that's what we're giving away this for July. The giveaway for June, of course, is the first Saturday of July. And the other thing that's going on that day is I will be on SPTV again at 8. Wait. Don't do the timeline thing. Let me check my schedule because I'm having to write things down in Mountain Time and Central Time. I will be on SPTV at 2 p.m. Central on Saturday, the 3rd. So that should be a lot of fun. That's 8 p.m. UK time. So 8 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Central, I say. So it's just a lot of stuff going on. I did homework today. Pam, Gary, welcome. Let me share out just a little bit. Sharon's Karen, you guys, right? Who's Karen? The dog. So it's funny. I was going to start my post with something today, and I love you. He's like, wait, you're not yelling at me? I don't understand this tactic. Okay, Ellie will be on. She is coming. I see her. She says she's coming. And I'm going to go back over here. But I'm also going to share out a little bit because, wow. Ooh, I kind of feel like I need... Hey, Precious, why don't you come on in the house? Just come on in the house. Just come on in. Come on. Get in here. Come on. Stop it and get in the house. He's too smart for his own good is what the problem. Oh, there she is. Okay. I see you. Good morning, Ellie. Wait, give a wave when you're ready. You're being doctored by a 3-year-old. There's Ellie Coyle. Good morning.
Good morning. Good evening.
I'm not living in this timeline today. I'm not living in this one. I'm living in an alternate timeline. So
an alternate timeline. Hold on, do I just share this now to My page.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you guys, if you guys want to share for us, that would be awesome.
That would be absolutely amazing.
Yes, right. And when you share, we see that little share thing up there. Look, my hair all spiky. That says, "Hey, I'm a sharer." You can't give me kudos. Okay, let me find
We
it.
might be nice to those that share. Hi, Linda.
Ooh.
How are you feeling today, dear? Just see Linda there.
Yes, I did, and I said good morning. Good morning.
Who else is here? Amy, Katrina McCabe, Pam Gary, Molly Maggie.
There we are.
Hi, Molly.
So for anybody that's not aware or been graced enough to see ELLIE COYLE in person before, Janet Cruz. Hi, Janet. Not seen her in person before, kind of in person. This is ELLIE COYLE, and she resides in Ireland. She's going to be one of our destinations of choice when we do go over to Europe, because she is incredible. You're incredible, right?
Yes, I am. I'm living in my power. I am incredible.
This morning, because I totally had like a flake moment, which is so totally me. My guides were talking to me about, and actually I need to write it down because I do need to do a post about this, about some of the children nowadays they don't even understand what it is to feel empowered and feel like in charge of their stuff. They're feeling like everybody's feeding them all of this stuff and they don't even know who they are anymore. And my guides were like, we need a post on what we should tell our children so that they understand how incredible they are. And
this is really funny because I was literally doing the end of the month post that'll go out this evening on my page, because then the 1st of July starts a new month for us. And we've been talking about, this is crazy because Lisa and I haven't talked today yet. So what mommy today to finish off our month, because we were talking about manifesting and affirmations and bringing all that good to you, that the actual power of permission is what I have to talk to about today, and about that it's actually our own selves that stand in our way. Like, I've given everybody the tools all month, and well, actually since January, from January, February, March, April, May, June, to do all the tasks needed to kind of move your energy forward and move yourself on. And what they have said to me is that now what's stopping is giving yourself that permission, allowing yourself to do that, because people stand in your way to stop you doing them kind of things.
Yeah. And this kind of started, and I don't think hello. This started with, I don't see any of my nieces here. My nieces. I was thinking about my nieces this morning, and my sister was talking about one of them has a new boyfriend, and I love this kid. I love this kid. I've known this boy, almost 10 years now, and I just think he's adorable. He's a great kid. And she got rid of a boyfriend that was not good for her and cheated on her and all sorts of stuff. And she's just young. She's 17. And she's hooking up with this other kid, which I really love, and is going to be great for her. And I thought, has anybody told her that she has that much? I don't know her mom has, but who listens to our moms until we're older? And has anybody told her she has so much worth that she don't have to take that shit from nobody? And no. That's what my guides were all about.
Take that shit from. I'm just hearing people that my picture is a little dark. Can you lighten it on restream?
I have no way to do that.
No, let me just see.
You're actually very pixelated. Do you want to step out and try coming back in? I don't know if maybe your stream. I mean, we can hear you. You're beautiful. We all know you're beautiful.
Beautiful. I can do. I'll stop. I'll jump quickly out and try and jump back in. All right. But then that's going to stop will that stop the link that I've posted?
Nope.
No. Okay. Good. 2 seconds. Leave. Goodbye.
No worries. No worries. We think there's a limit
to
what we're allowed.
Wait a minute.
What?
There's because it's just
I
giving
can
me.
see you. I can see you. You're just a little pixelated.
Wait a minute.
Can you turn another light on in the room?
Because it's telling me to change my definition.
What's your definition? Oh, your definition on your.
Of the
Good morning,
picture,
everybody.
yeah.
I love that.
Trying to work this out for.
Tammy, I would love to have you on to come on and speak on membership about that on one of the Monday class days. That would be fantastic. Because I think it's important, and it's for women as well. It's for women, but there's a lot of men that don't understand where they stand either. Ellie, it's just that you shine so brightly, it makes everything else go dark. That's it. That's helpful. That's a lot helpful.
Is that better?
Yeah. You're a little less pixelated too. So what we're doing today, you guys, is Katrina McCabe's full Irish. I didn't know that. My clan is McLean, but that's Scotland. Sorry, wrong country.
Okay.
Wrong country. Yeah.
Is it not born in Ireland? Because we would be in Ireland to be full Irish.
You have to be on that green grass.
My son's Scottish, although he's born of Irish parents, but Angus was born in Scotland, so he's actually Scottish.
Nationally wise.
He can actually play for two rugby.
So here in America, because we're a nation, we're a melting pot. We go by where our parents came from, basically. So it doesn't. I mean, we're Americans, but I'm sure that's what you mean,
right?
Yeah. Okay. So he's Irish by blood, but Scottish by nationality. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? What? I hope that's nothing weird. It's an earbud holder. Okay, whatever. Looked like a tick, was a little alarmed. Anyhow, so we're going to go ahead and get started this morning. I think this is a great conversation to start with. It really is. You guys, post in the chat. What do you think you should tell the next generation of males or females, or what, to help them become better? Understand that they are so incredibly worthy. But Miss Coyle, you have the floor. I'm going to sit back here and drink my coffee. And
I'm going to actually start, because I've been sitting here quite a minute because we had a mix-up of, and I'll start by doing a wee bit of mediumship.
Don't be hating on me, man. Don't be hating on me.
I'm not hating on you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying.
I had no makeup on when I messaged you. I had no makeup on. I'm like, earrings.
Sticking it all on. Stick your face on. Well, as I was sitting here, we call it sitting in the power, where we connect. It's different from meditation. When you meditate, you bring your energy, you ground yourself and that. But when you sit in spirit, you learn to communicate, give you signs and symbols. So as I was sitting in the power, calling on me, I also asked spirit to step up, and I am going to see now. I have a few readings booked this weekend, so I will go with the flow and see, because I normally pick a person and do this, but I'm going to just see, I'm going to give you the information as he comes to me. This is a gentleman, and what I want you to do is just say yes if it resonates, and I don't have to write anything if it doesn't. So this man, yeah, you watch the floor.
Oh.
So this, I would say, now I'm not good at it, but the way they can give their agent spirit differs a lot from the age that they are when they pass himself in his 50s, early 60s, I would say. He kept himself very unkempt, and he's using the word scruffy. He's also showing me, because it's maybe to do with the subject that we're talking about, is on about him slouched over, and that's the way he walked. He also walked with a lump. Now, does that resonate with any of you at the moment?
It might
just have to
resonate
wait
with
and
me.
take.
It might resonate with me.
Does it?
I hear you fine. I hear a little static every once in a while, but I hear you fine.
Right.
Just every once in a while you get a crack, but other than that, you're going good. So you guys, yes, no's, and I don't knows is all the only answer that are we want. We don't want any information. We don't want to know who it is. We don't want to know about Great Aunt Gertie's hat in the closet. We don't want to know nothing about that. We just want yes, no's, and I don't knows. If it doesn't mean anything to you, then don't worry about it and just enjoy somebody else getting a message. What she's talking about is some people are saying you can't hear but every other word, so I'll repeat it. It is a 50 to 60-year-old man that is kind of in the realm of what we're talking about, maybe not knowing his self-worth. He was hunched over a little bit. He was very, very scruffy, and he had maybe, what was it, a limp?
Yeah, I didn't say that, but I do actually have a lump. I have it written here. He has a lump. Can everybody hear better that way? Now I've taken my earphones out. Is that better?
I'll wait and see. Well, can you see the feed? You should do a split feed.
I have the feed on my phone.
Oh, okay, good.
No, I have your feed on my. Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Yes, so, people can hear a little better.
Yeah, right. Good. So the other thing is that he's bringing the fact that in poor housing, and the people in his family wanted to help him, but he wasn't willing to take that help. And he also talks about addiction and a drinking problem. This is for Lisa, isn't it? Is this for you, Lisa?
Yeah, it is.
Why did this always when we start connecting?
But keep going. Keep going. You may give a piece of information I can't take. So keep going for just a couple more pieces, and I want to make sure. I'm sending out what kind of information I need and to validate this. So we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm.
He's talking about family ties and about how family ties were important, but he ignored the family ties. They were really, really trying to help him, and he wasn't willing to take that help.
And there went Ellie. Maybe she'll come back with better signal. We're going to go in a holding pattern with that right there. If everybody could share one time, that would be great. Her signal looks a little sketchy today. So who else on here thinks they can take this individual? It is a 50 to 60-year-old man. Hi, Odin, with an addiction that walked hunched over, was very scruffy. Like I said, had an addiction, had family ties that were trying to help him, but he was very resistant to this. And I know this is a sad story. It's a story a lot of people can actually associate with. So I believe that I can probably take this. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I can. But I want to make sure that everybody else has a chance to say, is it me? Is it me? Is it somebody I know? And it's an interesting story. If it's who I think it is, it's an interesting story. That's what it is. So, but does anybody else on here feel like they could take that? He came and he left. Did you guys? You can come on in. Come on. Come on. He's like, but Mom, the door isn't open wide enough. Open the door a skosh, Mom, so I can get in. So at this moment, my stream isn't moving. So I'm not sure. It hasn't moved down a little bit. Hi, Odin. There we go. Well, maybe no. You love that mushroom? That's Sam. Sam found that in the middle of Home Goods and walked through Home Goods with that thing for like 45 minutes. I'm like, are you sure you want the mushroom? So when his office is done, there she is. She's back. When his office is done, the mushroom will go to his room. There, that's a lot better looking.
That's on my phone.
Yeah, your phone, it looks a lot better.
Oh.
Just confirming the limp. She said he was bent over a little bit, but had a little bit of a limp. Go ahead.
Do you need the rest?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. He also had poor housing problems, and he drank a lot. There was a lot of drinking problems, or addiction problems. I got addiction actually, but I feel he drank. I feel it's also as if there was a problem with his liver. He's given me bleeding, passing. That was part of his passing, was his liver. I feel it was liver connected. He was talking before I left there. He was talking about family connections, and he just couldn't hear. And I suppose that's maybe where it was brought in from this message that we started with about what we tell ourselves. And that's he couldn't see his own worth was a lot of it. Is it for you, Lisa? I feel it's for you.
I feel it's for me too. It's not per se for me, but it is probably more for Sam. Sam had an uncle that was homeless, and his problem was he.
Can you stop 2 seconds, because
Absolutely.
I want to give you the message before. So the message is regarding, because we started to talk about self-worth, and I was connecting to the whole permission thing about giving yourself permission to be who you want to be. And that is, and actually now I've got goosebumps when you're saying it's for Sam, because it's like giving him permission to be who he wants to be, for him to give himself permission to step into that power and hear what people are telling him about how, and he's going to kill me for saying this live, but how great he is, and the power that he has within himself, because that's what the man didn't feel. And he's sorry he never felt that, but that was sent down. That kind of message was passed down in the males in the family. Their self-worth wasn't as high as it should have been. And he's telling the messages that to ask for help, to step back and step into that which he knows is his own power.
So I was waiting for the baseball bat, actually. Right. I was hoping we would talk about a baseball bat. That would have been the clincher right there. So Sam's uncle he had multiple PhDs. And if you think of this, the movie A Beautiful Mind, where that mathematician was that was his uncle. I mean, he was so incredibly intelligent, and it got ahead of him. He couldn't handle the thought processes and everything that was going on in his brain. And so he drank quite a bit. He had multiple addictions. He lived homeless. And we did try helping him. He was in the VA. He was Merchant Marine. And he had a lot of liver issues. That he was actually in the hospital for a lot of liver issues. And yeah, I wish I had a great ending to this, but I don't. And the family connections. So family connections, we brought him to us in Virginia because he was very, very sick, and he needed to be able to get back and forth to the VA. So please go.
Is there something about where his either ashes or body was? He was brought back. He's just saying, thank you for bringing him back. Wherever you put him, there was a discussion, and people were arguing about where to put him. Wherever he was put, he is thankful for where he was put, because somebody actually stood up and said, no, he doesn't want to go here. He wants to go here. And he's saying he needs to thank you for that.
We had no call in that. I'll tell you, but I understand. So he was extremely sick, had huge addictions. We went and bought vanilla, like a big thing of vanilla from the Amish, and he drank the vanilla. I mean, he had that bad of an issue. And we came home one day, and he had found some alcohol. Somebody had given him alcohol, and my mother-in-law was home with him, and he tried to beat her to death with a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
I know. So this is where these family issues come in, you guys. This is nitty gritty. This is the dirty, and this is why he's coming forward. So we booted him out that night, and he tried to turn the town against my mother-in-law, that she was a horrible, horrible person. Anyways, he ended up living homeless in the town that we all worked in, and they had to escort my mother-in-law around, which made my husband like, they had to escort her because she worked at the college. They had to escort her from building to building because he would stand there with a baseball bat threatening her. And these were people that, now, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that him and I got along, because we didn't. I'm very bristly when it comes to family. I don't want anybody to threaten anybody in my family, and we didn't get along. Anyhow, he left quite abruptly. He left quite abruptly and went to Virginia Beach and was living homeless again, where he found God. And these people scooped him up off the beach, got him sober, which we had tried to do, but he couldn't associate that with family. We were trying to control him. And so his family, this is a long story. Sorry, guys, it's almost over. This church group got him into the church. They got him a place to live. He was totally sober, going to church all the time, volunteering, doing wonderful things we didn't know about. Nobody called and told us. And the note said, I can't face my family. I'm so sorry for what I did. I am so embarrassed. I wasn't living to who I should have been. And he hung himself by himself because he was super sick anyways. He had a lot of, his liver was failing. And I think he just figured this was just the cleanest way to go about doing it. When we found out, we did receive a phone call from the sheriff's office. They probably come out. And the church actually had him cremated and buried. So it was a talk. It was a discussion. Like, what do we do at this point? And the church went, because we didn't have any money. We had no money to do anything. And the church went, he was, in his last 4 months of life, an incredible person. He was so different from when we met him that he is part of our family as well. So we're going to take care of his funeral, and we're going to bury him. They cremated him.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you have somebody come across like that, that's an important story. That's his story. Boy, your screen just went wonderful. You look fantastic this morning. But that's his story. And it's important to know that people have stories like this, right? And somebody reached out and helped him that he would accept help from, but it wasn't family. It wasn't family.
He just seen it as people getting on his case.
Yeah. So incredibly smart. So incredibly smart. I didn't get to see the nice guy.
Well, I'm going to I'll close the rate. We're going to leave his love with you, okay? And you can give them a meaning to Sam, okay? Because there's...
Okay, I'm sorry. It was a long story, but I needed to tell it. So there we go.
Do you want to go, or do you want me to go again?
You got people standing there. Go for it.
Yeah. So I haven't actually been doing live mediumship like this for quite some time. So I have a lady here. She's tra-la-la. Now that sounds very funny and very wide, but she's known for walking around and she's going la 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 la, and that's the way she walks around. She has a swishy skirt, and I want to say, going back to, like the Doris Day, them kind of swingy.
Yeah.
What?
They're called bell skirts or petal skirts or something like that.
I feel as if she's a very country person. Now, if I would say, because the audience is mainly American, if I was in Ireland, I would say that she lived in the sticks in Ireland, like right in the middle of the country. Do you know where she's saying, she's talking really, really fast anyway for starters, but she's saying about fairies. She believed in fairies. And she almost she's telling me she's doing this with her hands, and she's almost like, I'm going to do like this. I want to say that she's She was of a spiritual nature. And I think she used to put her hands on people because that's what she's like. She's doing kind of something with her hands. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but that's what she's doing with hers.
Would she have been considered a pagan?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
She's spiritual. Hold on, Dee. Hold on. She was on about, now I'm asking her what was important about her house. Everybody had to clean their feet when they were coming in. She was so particular about people cleaning their feet. She's like, and she's showing me people taking off, like she's almost like, you're going to take off your shoes before you come in. You know, I've cleaned all day and I'm doing work and you're not going to come in to take, and she's showing me a pair of boots. There's a wee pair of boots sitting at the door. Can
anybody take
given me? She's got long wavy hair, and I think in her, she's given me like kind of a cut. I'm going to say a cut of her younger years and then her older years, and her hair is like wavy like that all the way down to there. And I think in her older years, then she kind of got it cut up to here, and she wrapped it around. Because she showed me wrapping her hair.
Hi, Janet. Can anybody take this lady? So we have a lady that was possibly spiritual. She had long wavy hair. She had what we call a tulip dress. Thank you very much. Or a poodle kind of skirt, you guys. And she tra-la-la, which I think is hysterical and I love, which kind of means she wanders around and hums a little bit, possibly, and maybe sings to herself. Right. She seems like she was a healer or something along those lines. My first thought was she was possibly, because I asked if she was pagan, possibly she could also have been somebody that was a healer within a church. Because
I see the laying on of hands, definitely.
It's familiar to you because
yeah,
this is a thing in the South here, okay? But she didn't like dirt in her house, so she would clean all day and people would have to take their shoes off. And you saw a wee pair of boots.
I think the boots might have been hers because she's like, we call them in Ireland winkle pickers. They're like wee tiny, like turned up, like, do you know what I mean? That's it. And it's like, I can see her, and it's almost as if she's explaining to me the type of person she was, but from the way she looked, from the way that she looked, you would have thought she was, I'm going to say she was beautiful, but a meek kind of personality and, gentle, but she was a force to be reckoned with. Her looks didn't depict what was inside.
Right. So first of all, we're all fascinated with your winkle pickers. Because I'm going to write that down and keep it in the library, as well as Linda Nichols probably as well. But Tammy Deskins is asking, is she possibly Pentecostal? Do you have Pentecostal over in
Yeah, that I get that. And I get the other thing she's singing, and that's where the tra-la-la, just as you're saying Pentecostal, she's singing the song, that Shall We Gather at the River? Do you know that kind of... she's like, and look, of goosebumps, I'm on the right track. Shall we gather at the river? She wants everybody to sing that because she's like, come on, everybody, because what she's talking about, whoever this, it needs to be who it's for, because this is what the actual message is about. It's about people gathering, people not being afraid to show what your belief is, and having courage to stand by your convictions and sit in that energy of love, and don't let other people tell you that you can't believe. And I feel whoever this message is for, this person is very much not hearing. Hold on.
It's for Tammy Nelson.
Right.
She's hearing and understanding everything you're saying.
All right. So, Tammy, you're obviously, what she's saying is you're not standing in your power and going forward with that. You know, you're letting other people affect your belief system, so to speak. Um, and she's pushing you forward with that. She says you're very gifted to the extent of, I know we all are very gifted, but she's on about you feeling the power in your own hands and ignoring it. You're not following that healing power that you have and that you can, eh?
I was agreeing with Tammy. Tammy says, "Wow," and I'm like, "She's good, isn't she?"
Hold on. There's something else.
Linda Nichols says it sounds like June Carter Cash. I can actually tell you, Linda Nichols, it does sound like June Carter. I actually personally knew June Carter. She was friends of the family. It does sound like June Carter Cash, but it isn't.
Hold on. She's on about something, was something written. Now I don't know if it's a will or something. Hold on, or her story or your story, or there's something has to go down on paper. She's taken me to a pen and a piece of paper. I don't know if you're planning to write a book or there's something that you're working on spiritually, but or else was somebody going to put her things down on paper, but whatever that is, that has to be followed through. I think it's more for you. I think you are receiving a lot spiritually and you're not actually actioning it. And I feel as if like it's almost journaling and telling a story. And I feel as if what she's saying is that you could recognize how far you have come on your journey.
She
and I feel she said yes. Do you have, because she's given me like a slap on the back, did you have an accident or did she have an accident in her spine or you that has stopped you doing what you want, or someone in your close proximity that has changed the, I'm going to say, the trajectory of things that's happening? Because she's telling me things change, and she's giving me this bang in the back, and I don't know whether it's spinal issues for her or spinal issues for you, or something to do with a pain that's there.
Is this who I think it is, Tammy? I'm trying not to cry.
Hey, do you know, Tammy, do you know this lady? Oh.
She says, my charity is to feed people in her name. She has been stuck. Yes, I've been using an orthopedic issue as a crutch.
You need to let it go.
It's Mom.
Please. Now, I'm not going to say it's not in a way to follow my page in the sense of please, but I want to encourage you to come over to my page and look from January, because I have lived with ill health for a very, very long time and lived through it and been able to move past it. It's some of the one-to-one work I do, but I do a lot free of charge on my page. So I want you to go and look at the stuff that I have said. It's all to do with you fusing with the idea that your illness is telling you who you are, not the other way around. You being the power in your spirit yourself, and you have to stop letting it control your destination. And once you surrender, because that was part of our message today, give yourself permission to let go. It can still be your story, and just because you're I want to say, when you're fighting something, you feel then as if when you let it go, oh, that's it, I'm giving up. It's not that at all. It means you're regaining control of your life. And that's what she's saying. You need to regain control. Drop the rope. I always use the metaphor. Imagine carrying a rock and a rope around with you all the time. And that's the way my life was very much, Tammy. And what I want to say to you is, when you drop the rope, the rock is still there. It's still going to be there. Your illness is still going to be there. but you're not pulling your arms, your hands, your body's not tired fighting it. And then you have time for other things that you don't have time for because you're fighting this all the time. And she wants you to use the energy of spirit to lift your load, because I feel it weighs very heavy on you. Please feel free to message the page if you need any further. I know Lisa can redirect you anyway, but this is what a lot of what I do. But there's loads on my page to help you move yourself forward, loads of meditations and stuff like that. So I'd like to leave her love with you. And she's just saying, she's giving you, like, she used to do something to you before you left. And I want to say almost like tip a hat, but she's like, that nice sign for there was a way you parted, and she's doing that as she's going to say goodbye to you.
We've talked about excuses. Tammy and I have talked about excuses. I just posted Ellie's page at Ellie's Guiding Light. You guys, it's really interesting. The lady's name's Julie, and she every once in a while, I will wake up in the morning with a message for Tammy from Julie. I don't do this with people. I mean, you could ask anybody, even my friends. Of course, Tammy's a friend of mine because we knew them. We lived around them for a long time. But every once in a while, Julie come in, and Julie's a force. And she'd come in and she's like, Tammy needs to know this. So I'd message Tammy. I'm like, okay, your mom says this today, but I don't do that. That's not something I just step out to do, is to give messages to people, because people aren't always, that's not our job. That's not what we're supposed to do. But Julie, on the other hand, Julie doesn't believe in that. She says,
Julie's no.
It's message time. So I love it. That's awesome. Spirit is awesome. I just did healing with giving myself permission, and you are talking about giving permission to yourself. Absolutely, April. Absolutely. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. You guys know how this goes? Yes, no's, I don't knows. I'm going to pull someone in. Yeah. Tammy says her mom does what she wants. But boy, can she cook. Man, she cook. And that's what Tammy wants to do, is start a charity in her mom's name and feed people. And I can see Julie going, yeah, let's do that. Let's feed them. They need some mashed potatoes and maybe something's going to stick to the ribs. Let's do some Southern cooking. I mean, I can see her mom doing that. So let's move on. Yes, no's, I don't know, you guys. If it doesn't pertain to you, if you don't know who the person is, don't worry about it. We want you to be able to take most of the information, right? She's gone again. She touched the button. We want you to be able to take most of the information. So let's go ahead and bring across an energy. Let's see. I have an older woman here. There would be a picture of this woman, and possibly black and white, probably a yucky 70 photo where it's very grainy, but where her hair is coiffed, when women still went to get their hair done weekly, okay, where her hair might have, not a beehive, I'm not calling it a beehive, but she might have had tendrils that curled here, and like they rolled it in this way a little bit, but it looked kind of like it's an updo. It's an old curler updo, and she's talking about that was like she was large and in charge. I think after that time frame, she started to deteriorate a little bit physically. So this woman in the photo that she's giving me would have been in her 50s. So she's just giving me that photo as maybe somebody, it would ring a bell with somebody. I also have to say she had lipstick on. It was important to be put together. I also want to say that I feel like this person, as they got older and unable to do for themselves, would have wanted somebody to put lipstick on them, or be able to put, or maybe do a little bit of makeup on them so that they felt better. It helped them feel better. Can anybody take this individual? And we have huge lag, you guys. So we are waiting patiently. So I have a woman that was in her 50s in the 70s. So she would have been older when she passed away, but she was talking about that's how she wanted to look when she passed away, was in this photo. She had a little bit of makeup on. She had some lipstick on. Her hair was done weekly. She looked great. That's how it could have been that her hair was done in pin curls at one point and then brushed out. Um, but she wanted to look decent. She wanted to look decent. So as she got older, she would have asked maybe somebody to put makeup on her. And the lipstick.
I also have to say she had lipstick on.
Lipstick's important. But she was, in that point in her life, she was in charge of the family. She was very capable of handling finances, the household, the children, all of that. Does large and in charge mean large physically or personality? Personality. I wouldn't have called her a huge, tall woman, but she was very well put together. She felt like that was like her apex. That was her time when she looked great, and then physically started to deteriorate after that time frame. So I'm going to assume that this would have been somebody's great-grandmother. I would assume this would have been somebody's great-grandmother or grandmother, depending on your age. I also feel like she might have been on, or she might have had some lung issues. Almost kind of feel like it might have been a form of cancer. I get this staggered breathing, like it feels like I'm breathing through Swiss cheese kind of thing. It would have been somebody that would have had a lung physical issue when they passed away. Can anybody take this lady? I have Meredith Reed at a yes. We need to be able to take that lipstick. Lipstick's important. She cared about how she looked. She cared about how she looks. It feels like like breathing through Swiss cheese. It's what it feels like. Like you can get a breath kind of, and then something flows, and then you get a little breath, and then something flows. She would have been on oxygen at the end of her life. Can anybody take this? You need to be able to take the lion's share of all this, you guys. Always had her hair done weekly. Linda, can you take lung issues? You have to be able to take lung issues. Wanted her hair wanted to look good. Wanted to look, and the best way I can put this is not like she was getting ready to pass. She wanted to look good. All right. She thought of that 70s as when she looked her best. And the lung issues and the lipstick seem to be her big deal here. I have people picking. Linda Nichols is in a yes with okay, so I'm going to continue on. Those are the first things we need to move with. Her eyesight was not great. She shows me like maybe I think she was like reading the Bible or something like that, and she would have something there to read the Bible or read whatever she was reading. You ever guys see those little? They look like a little sheet of clear glass, and they're actually a magnifying glass, but it's flexible, and you could. I feel like there was like she had vision issues that was very resistant to. It's like I don't have problems seeing. I wouldn't have ridden with her in the car. I can tell you that right now. So we're at the point, you guys, give me, when you say yes, please give me the validation of what we're talking about. Because I have a lot of people saying yes. I want to make sure magnifying glass she used. I really kind of think it's Linda. But I just kind of need to know that validation so that I know where we're at, because I have a lot of yeses and we also have lag. So we have an older woman that was really well coiffed when she was younger. She liked her lipstick. She didn't want to look like she was sick. She had lung issues, possibly on oxygen, had vision issues. And who can take all of it? Who can take all of it? Like lipstick. Somebody might have been playing in their lipstick when they were younger or something like that. Who can take all of that? Magnifying glass is a big deal. Zenny's in it, I can. There's lag, you guys, so we have to, and Linda Nichols can take all. Okay. I hear the word browbeat. I hear the word, and the way I see it is swatting people. Like if she wasn't very mobile and she wanted to get her point across and nobody was listening, she would swat like this. Who can take that? Because I feel like she had people she could do that with and people that she knew better. I'm waiting for lag. The other thing I want to say is I keep seeing stars. Well, Grandma didn't do that. My grandma never chased after us. She didn't have to. She always smacked us in the arm when we were talking. This is important. This is important. I also see stars and I hear Jiminy Cricket. And I almost feel like there might have been some angel stuff singing around, sitting around, or there would have been talk about guardian angels or something that has to do with the angels moving on. I think we're down to 2 here. Zenny and Linda Nichols. We have to be able to take everything. That swatting is important. The magnifying glass is important. Hi, everybody. We are doing mediumship. So if we're not reading for you right now, don't worry. We are picking up spirit as we are sitting here, and we will just start bringing them across as we go from one person to the other. So if you would share, that would be fabulous. She took us to see Pinocchio when we were little. Was it in the theaters? I loved it when they used to bring back Disney into the theaters, like the real Disney. I know, real Disney. Disney's no, it's real, but it's not real. This person might have also talked about somebody helping them transition or feeling comfortable. Can anybody take that? Somebody coming to help them in and make them feel comfortable with their transition. Good morning, Mystical Gypsy. Thank you, Lisa Howard, for sharing. I believe I know who this is for, and I know we have 2 that are neck and neck on this, but I really do believe I know who this is for.
You kind of have to go in. You always know them when it starts, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the other thing I want to say is she might have held a tissue or and this is important. She would have held a tissue or a Kleenex or a handkerchief and coughed into it, and it feels like there's a lot of phlegm. That's important. I can actually feel that as I'm talking about it. You have to be able to take all of it, you guys. Almost all of it. See, I have people that are just neck and neck on yeses.
Yes, and I remember.
Who do you feel, Lisa?
I feel it's for Linda. I feel it's for
You,
Linda.
folks, you always know once the message starts coming in and people connect, you feel there's just a feeling you get that you know who it's for.
Okay. See, it's that handkerchief is really, really important. Can anybody validate a Ford? Don't ask me. Maybe it was a Ford family. I don't know. I keep seeing a car emblem. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I totally get the relationship there, Linda. Absolutely. I keep giving information, they keep validating. Okay. Sometimes messages come from more than one person, don't they? So we're gonna go ahead with this because I think this would apply for both of you. Okay. It does sound like emphysema and congestive heart failure. It really, really does. But I got a C. So I gotta take that with like a cancerous type of situation. This particular message is, because we're going to move forward on this. This particular message is really about what is it that's blocking you. What is the thing in life that you feel is your biggest challenge at the moment, and why are you taking it in? I'm giving this for both Zenny and Linda, just because they're both neck and neck, and I can't seem to get that broken. This is, yeah, that's why I really think that it goes right there with Linda. But we're going to go with both. What is it that is holding you back, and what is that's creating the blockages in your life that are so deeply seated right now that they're old things? They're old things, and they've been rolling through your life and recurring and popping up here and there, and they're manifesting in different ways at this time. For whatever reason, right now, we have a lot of things that are boiling to the surface and popping, and a lot of times they're coming up as, I want to cough. It's almost like a like that, really deep. And it's has something to do with some of our belief systems that we've situated so subconsciously into our energetic field, that we don't listen to some of the things that people tell us around us now that are trying to lift us up and make us feel like we are really quality individuals and we are beautiful, because that's what we are. And we're not believing them as much because we're still listening to somebody as a 5-year-old. We're still believing what somebody told us when we were 5 years old because we listened to parents and everything that they said was perfect. And it was the truth. And now that as we're older, we have to understand they didn't know everything. They were shooting from the hip, just like we are. So let go of that 5-year-old bullshit and move forward. It's not necessary to hold that stuff. And it's a subconscious level. I'm going to suggest for both of you guys, do some tapping. Go to YouTube, find a video on tapping, and let go of some stuff. It's really important, especially on that subconscious level. We don't understand sometimes that we hold on to stuff and we didn't even know about it. We didn't even know. But our brain says, but this is what we were told, and we're going to revolve around that, and we're going to pinpoint it eventually. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And you guys are running neck and neck. I mean, I can't break the tie on who it is. So, sometimes the message needs to go for both people. So that's it. That's what I got. Ellie. Go ahead.
I'm just, because we did London, I just literally talked about this last night and the night before. This is exactly what we were talking about, hanging on to that which you're told through your whole life. It's just crazy the way Spirit wants you to hear a message, and if you haven't heard it clearly, they will keep giving it to you until you hear it, don't they?
Now, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there. Ellie and I do not sit and talk about this. Matter of fact, Ellie and I talked for the first time in over a week. Yesterday? 2 days ago? Yesterday? Did we talk yesterday?
Yeah.
Not briefly yesterday, because I needed grounding.
That's what we were talking about, grounding.
So we don't collaborate, you guys. We don't. That's not fair to anybody to do that. Us, you, Spirit, nothing. So this is how it goes, right? I hope that helps, Linda. When you were like, does anybody have a message for me? I was like, oh, you're coming down the pike. I felt it right at that point. So there we go. And Zenny, take that message, girl. Take that message too, because you have some things you're working on that you're trying to get over and trying to feel capable of. And that's there as well. That is so relevant to you as well. So off with Ellie. Ellie's off.
I feel, and I haven't been told whether this person is male or female. And I've had this before whenever a person has passed that doesn't have a particular gender, doesn't associate with the gender. But what they are giving me is that towards the end of their life, they were in a wheelchair, and they're giving me that very strongly. Actually, I feel as if a lot of their life, they would have been in and out of a wheelchair. And I'm hearing there's an illness coming from the mind down through the body. And I'm feeling it's more towards gearing towards the likes of MS. I feel this was like she stands over you like a godmother type, aunt type, child mind, someone that looked after you when you were younger. I say she because it feels like a female energy, but had very male personality traits, like was very kind of like things done a certain way. She was very when she said yes, that's the way it had to be. Wasn't totally emotional, but cared in her own way. Wasn't really, I want to say, I can't differentiate if this is male or female, but I feel as if they had traits more leaning towards a male person, but were female to look at. Does that resonate for Isis? Is that yes for Isis, or just yes in general about something else? Can you hear me, Lisa?
Yeah, I can. I was checking out checking out the chat. Isis, is that a yes? We go through, and if you can take any of this information, Moon, you're welcome to chime in.
They're also giving me pressure on the bottom of my spine, and almost that it started off with sticks and then proceeded to a wheelchair. Can
you take that?
At the minute, this person's feeling, because what they're showing me is the comparisons. This is the way I get my messages, folks. The emotional comparisons of what they have over there and what they had before they passed and what you have now. And what you're showing is the person feels pigeonholed. This person is giving me the idea of the person feeling pigeonholed, and that they can't do things, not even physically, but even they feel as if they're stuck in the one position. That's where I get a lot of metaphors, so that's where it's coming in, that this person was stuck physically, and this person's feeling stuck in every perspective, that they're feeling they can't get out. Feeling they can't get out.
Yes. Isis says yes. Jennifer Lucas says yes. You guys, we are bringing across spirit as they come across. So if you're looking for a reading, just listen to the messages that are coming across. If you can validate who she's bringing across, then the reading's for you. If you yes, no's, and I don't knows is the only information we want. So if you think you know who this is, please let us know. But we're not doing just general readings right now.
This person would have even been annoyed that they needed pushed, because they're showing me they want to will themselves even, and that's important, because it's like I control where I go, I control what I do, and that's again part of this metaphoric message, is that no one should be controlling you. I took off my rings there, and that's what she's showing. Like, this person gave someone jewelry, because that's like they're like handing it over. Um, and
We
they
have to
love
be a good
poetry.
care of this information, you guys. We have Jennifer Lucas is yes. Moon is yes. Isis Kilmer is yes. No, Lisa Howard, you're fine. No worries. So, okay. Brian, Renee says yes, wheelchair, female, but strong like male. Gonna call my mom. Too much info. Oh, you're gonna call your mom. I gotcha. Okay. Isis is at a no now.
She showed me that she had to have her feet, or I'm going to say, you know, the caliper boots that were made years ago. Now they've proper things, but she showed me them, you know, them caliper boots that they used years ago for people's legs that were done, that were like kind of strapped up and the laces went across. Do you know what? Have you seen them before, Lisa? Do you know? That's the image. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what we call them. Like a duck boot.
And they were like strong leather. They weren't like pretty or anything. They were like really not pretty.
Oh, Jennifer Lucas says she wore braces.
Right.
Could it be a brace?
That's the kind of, yeah, that's the kind of, it's like is that where the metal goes up the leg, Jennifer? Is that the kind of?
Because those kind of boots would have had, could have had braces in them.
Yeah. It's definitely them, but that's the kind of boots. I know what she means. But I just get something else that Jennifer can say it's actually for me. Hold on. They always talked about their soul. They were like, I'm going to say God fearing, but it was the fear that if I did this, I wouldn't get to heaven. If I did this, I wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? I'll burn in eternal. It was like that's the kind of black and white she was to that extent. A lot of problems with the stomach because I'm bourbon. It's like as if even her eating at the end was problematic. It's almost like kind of like a muscular dystrophy, MS, kind of, you know, that motor neuron. It's like almost as if her whole body began to shut down at the very end. Like it started gradually and then worked its way through her whole body.
She said, Jennifer says she was extremely spiritual Catholic.
I would feel that. I think this is for Jennifer. Does Jennifer, I'm going to address you then at the moment. Do you feel pigeonholed at the minute that you're being kept in a position that you don't want to be in?
I'm waiting. There's lag.
All right.
She was hit by a drunk driver. We don't need info. No info. I just kind of read whatever is put in front of me. Yes, Jennifer says yes, she agrees.
Well, then I think what she's trying to say to you is that, and every day you do readings, folks, there tends to be a theme, and weirdly that happens, doesn't it, Lisa? The theme continues, and it's about you giving yourself the permission and the ability to do what you want, because regardless, she's saying, regardless of the fact that she was in her chair, the way she calls it, and this is her sanctuary, she's showing that this was her life, that she still felt fulfilled, and that you have to feel fulfilled, and that you have to make steps to change that. If you don't, she talks with her hands very, she's like, I want to say she would have been like I want to say like a teacher, like Anna Green Gables kind of personality, you know, that, you know, or Laura Ingalls, you know, when they're in the school and that's the teacher mistress kind of thing, the energy that she had. And she comes across as a teacher for you. She loved, you know, she was always doing wee lessons on things. She's saying, I was always doing wee lessons. And she's just coming to give you a wee lesson now on, you know, your soul journey and living your life for you. I feel as if what she's trying to say is someone else is trying to live their life through you at the minute, or you're living your life through someone else. And that can't be. That person can't be in control of you any longer. And you need to step away from that energy or step into your own energy and control your own situation. I hope that helps. Does that resonate? If so,
It does
leave
resonate.
it.
She says, yes, I'm in tears. It's her. Yes, I hear you, Mom. You described her perfectly. I understand, Ellie. Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
Okay, guys. What do you say? What do you want to do? One more? One more?
Hold on. There's just somebody coming in, and we will do one more. That'll be the last one.
Good.
Or do you have somebody there?
Go ahead. I'm working on something else at the same time. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking, but it's something that we post for us here in a minute. She says, thank you so much. It helps.
I have a lady stepping forward. Now, she had hair like that, but it went out at the end. This is what she showed me. She carried a stick. She was very tall. Because when I said teacher energy, she started to come in. So I think this lady was a teacher because she showed me her standing and being very strict. She had, and actually I think this may be somebody's teacher that they were close to. She showed me the piano. She showed me a ruler, like a stick like that there, doing that there, as if to a beat. I think she might have been a music teacher. What are you trying to tell me? She wants to play the piano at the minute. Hold on. She's on about gifts. Oh, somebody's going to be able to take this person really quickly because they'll just know it's this lady. She also sang, but she didn't have a wonderful, she felt she didn't have a wonderful singing voice. And this person sings as well. But this person's not, and the person will know who it's for as the message goes on, because this person's not following their musical gifts or their musical abilities. And this is why she's here. She's very annoyed about this. She's like, why have you not followed your life's path? You have such a gift and you're not giving it to the world. I feel as if you write songs on the quiet and you don't let on to people you write songs, whoever this is in the ether.
Lisa Howard says, me, I think. So.
Right. She showed me a house, Lisa, and she showed me like a white, just a long white house. And there's panels, like wooden panels across right up.
She says not musical, however.
Oh no, this lady was musical. Or is Lisa musical?
Mystical Gypsy says she thinks it's for her.
Right.
Lisa says she's not musical, however, so.
Right. No, the musical, either Lisa has to be musical or this lady was musical, something. It's to do with musical. So this house, I see a fence, and it's a typical, you know, when you draw a house as a child, you put the picket fence and all around the house, and you put the windows and the slat, and she showed me that kind of picture of a house of where she, either where she lives or where this person lives now. She showed me heart palpitations, but I feel that's more for whoever's earth side.
Could it have been a drama teacher?
Could be, yes.
So we have two. Lisa Howard and Mystical Gypsy could be either one. Mysticals.
This lady went out. This person heard about this lady's passing. I'm going to say a while after she passed and was really upset that she couldn't. There was supposed to be, she's telling me, there was an arrangement made. There was to be a meeting. What are you trying to say? There was an arrangement of a meeting made. There was or a lunch or something before this person passed, and they went out that quick, and that meeting never happened. And this person who is airside holds this memory that she never got to say goodbye to her.
We have lag, so
No. And I'm very short of breath. I'm short of breath anyway, but. And that's what she's doing. I'm very short of breath.
just waiting to see if there's any validation, you guys. Mystical Gypsy thinks it's for her.
Tulip, there was something about like tulips or crocuses growing.
Lisa Howard says she had a teacher she was meant to take a trip together. She passed from lung cancer.
Why am I holding my hands like this? I never do this, Lisa. So this is obviously either she used to sit like this or you sit like this, whoever. No.
I will sit like that every once in a while. I'll sit like this. Matter of fact, I guess I sit like this a lot. Sorry.
There was a gift of a pen, like a fountain pen. Look, I'm back doing this again.
It could be from the person too. I mean, a lot of people sit there.
Like
the
a
tulips
pen.
were in my grandparents' yard. She talks about there also was a piano at her grandparents. I didn't put that out there because I didn't think, I didn't want to give a whole lot of information.
A pair of what?
Her grandparents' house is where she played the piano.
Oh, who's that, Lisa?
The Mystical Gypsy. Earlier on, she said, I sang in chorus and choir, and grandparents had a piano.
Right. Are you not playing the piano? I feel it's for Mystical Gypsy. I do. But there's something about this pen. There is something about.
She says, my grandmother had things like that. So can I ask, do you mind if I ask her if this is supposed to be your grandmother?
Yeah.
Because it's very possible her grandmother could have taught her how to play the piano.
Yeah.
We're just waiting. Do, 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 do.
I want to ask, does Mystical Gypsy write music and not put it out there? There's something about not using your talents, the full ream of your talents. And they're actually, I know Mystical Gypsy does spiritual work, but what she's saying is to the extent of like spiritual music, like it's all to do with talent and voice, and this is the way she's going on. My mannerisms aren't my own mannerisms. I hate when they do that.
Hard time. Also tried to play the flute. But do you sing? Flute's hard.
I'm getting a song, and this is to do with what's happening in the person's life at the minute, because that's why she's bringing it to me in music. So either of them can look up this song. It's Brandy, what do you call her? And it's the story. All of these lines across my face tell me the story of who I am. So many stories.
She said she loves to sing. She does have a song written down.
Right. Is that Mystical Gypsy?
Yes.
I feel it's more leaning towards her, and I feel it's to do with her talents and not using them to the best of her ability. And she's not putting herself out there enough. I feel as if it's to do with writing something that's to do with music and spiritual music at that. And I want to tell you to go and listen to that song, because there'll be a message in that song for you. Brandy Carlisle is her name. The story, it was in Grey's Anatomy, and I have it in my head. It keeps playing now in the back of my head. All of the lines across my face, telling the story of. She's on about that's the story of who you are. Don't be, I'm going to say, don't be ashamed of your story, of where you came from, your worth, and of all that, because that in itself makes you who you are and makes you have the gifts that you have, and don't let them go for anyone. And stand in the power of that, and give yourself, I'm going to say, permission again. Permission's a big word today, folks. Stand in your power of that permission. And sing your song. Sing your song is what I'm hearing. I hope that resonates with you. Or Lisa, whoever it's for.
Yeah, mystical gypsy, that's exactly true. Exactly true. Awesome.
Spirit was very strong today, Lisa, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Very, very.
I'll leave her love with you, because I have to let her go. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So this is on my list to do today. I have a list. There will be a link up later today where if you wanted to be part of what we do, we are actually offering a 2-hour mediumship gallery on the 15th of July at 9 p.m. UK time. And we decided that's
3 p.m. Central. We don't know. You see,
right here, y'all. Okay.
There's 45 minutes we were messaging, not even talking, messaging about Central Time last night. Because what happens is, when we change our times, you change your time, so it changed. So when you put in Google, they give you GMT, which is 0 hours, so they don't allow for the plus hour or the minus hour. So it's 6 hours. It is now 5:05 here.
It's just crazy. So anyways, the same time differences are a pain, but it will be 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. UK time. And we will have tickets available for this, because this is not a free session. This is a gallery of a limited amount of people to be able to hopefully get people messages that are there. But in addition to that, we are going to do 1 hour, because this is just supposed to be an hour. It's like my 5-minute morning. I will be on Ellie's page on the 8th, and she'll be back for coffee chat on the 12th of July. Turn page. Okay. It doesn't do that. Yeah, the 12th of July. What is today? The 30th? Yeah, okay. So we'll see. I'll be on her page on the 8th, and she'll be on coffee chat on the 12th. Do we have another day in there that I don't see? No, we're good. We're good. We got it. Because Angus's birthday is on the 7th. So
yeah,
Angus's birthday. We have a time converter site too, but it wasn't giving us the mountain. It wasn't giving us the daylight UK time.
David?
It was. It's actually called Brussels. Brussels. I don't remember at this point. I give up.
But we worked it out. 6 in the summer.
We figured it out. So anyways, don't miss us there, you guys. Once again, I will post Ellie's link. Ellie's right here. Ellie's Guiding Light. And I will have the link up for people to be able to purchase that space in the Mediumship Gallery. And it's just truly amazing how Spirit does come across. Renee says, I'm always amazed by how Spirit comes through with messages that could help so many people than just the one person who the message is intended. Absolutely.
Definitely. I always feel people who listen in on the message get equally the same amount because there's always something there for everybody. And that, you know, folks, that is also spirit wants you, if you can take part of that message, they want you to do that. They want you to take that and, you know, live for it yourself, because they're just, spirit isn't selfish. Do you know what I mean? It's not just pigeonholed for one person.
Right. So awesome, you guys. And with that, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. And yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye, farewell.
It's a long farewell season.
Everybody have a wonderful afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy. Feel divine, because you are.
And may the light be with you always. I'll say
Right.
Sam's line.
Right,
I stole his line. I've always wanted to do it.
We need a lightsaber for that, though, right? We need a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
Woo. All right. We'll talk to
I
you
was going to
guys
get my
later.
selenite wand, but I don't have it. Woo.
Oh, yeah. That's a little Zorro in there, too. All right, everybody, have a fabulous day, and we will talk to you next time.